Welcome to This Explainer. Let's jump straight in. Today, we're taking a deep, structured look at the fascinating science behind early development. I'm talking about the biological, genetic, and environmental factors that shape a child long before they're even born. You know, it's funny. We often think childhood development kicks off in the delivery room. But the science? Well, it tells a completely different, much more profound story. Let's look at this incredible quote from our source material. A wise woman prepares for her child long before she carries the baby. Okay, sure, it sounds like some beautiful, old-world ancestral wisdom, right? But as we're going to see today, it is 100% backed by modern science. Preparation is literally the ultimate biological advantage. You're not just waiting around for life to happen, you're actively setting the stage for it. To make all this complex science super clear, we'll follow the human timeline step by step. First, we'll cover the genetic blueprint, then blood incompatibility, the womb environment, the impact of birth, nutrition and brain development, and finally, preparing for motherhood. Let's get to it. Section 1, the genetic blueprint. Okay, when we talk about early development, we absolutely have to talk about congenital causes. Simply put, these are conditions that happen before a baby is even born. They're largely driven by heredity, the genetic information passed down from both parents. This covers the whole shebang, from basic physical traits to certain developmental disorders or things like hearing impairments. So the really crucial takeaway here is that looking into your family history isn't about fear at all. It's about gaining the knowledge you need so families can seek genetic counseling and prep effectively. Now, sometimes that genetic blueprint shifts just a tiny bit, and you get what's called a chromosomal abnormality. For example, humans typically have 46 chromosomes, but if an extra chromosome sneaks in there, it results in conditions like Down syndrome. Children with Down syndrome might have certain physical characteristics or speech differences, sure, but they also bring immense joy and capability to their families. And while chromosomal conditions do change how a child learns or develops physically, it is so important to remember that developmental timelines are all over the place. I mean, look at historical figures like Albert Einstein. The guy didn't even speak until he was 4. That just proves early developmental differences never ever define a child's true potential. Moving on to Section 2, blood incompatibility explained. Okay, so you've definitely heard of blood types like A, B, or O, right? But have you ever really thought about that little positive or negative sign at the end of them? That sign represents the Rh factor. It's a specific protein sitting right on the surface of your red blood cells. If you've got it, you're Rh positive. If you don't, you're Rh negative. And believe it or not, this tiny little protein can trigger a massive immunological response during pregnancy. It creates this absolutely fascinating biological conflict. Think about it. If an Rh negative mother is carrying an Rh positive baby, because the baby inherited that positive factor from the father, a major biological misunderstanding can happen. The mother's immune system might literally look at the baby's Rh positive blood cells and think, uh-oh, foreign invader, just like it would for a virus or bacteria, and it starts pumping out antibodies to attack them. And if those maternal antibodies manage to cross the placenta, it leads to this condition called hemolytic disease of the newborn. Basically, they destroy the baby's red blood cells, which causes severe anemia, jaundice, and even potential organ damage. Now, I know that clinical term sounds terrifying, but honestly, do not let it scare you. Modern medicine has completely revolutionized how we handle this. It is a total game changer. We've essentially built this incredible medical safety net by just following these 4 simple steps. Early testing, preventive injections, careful monitoring, and post-birth treatment, doctors have it totally under control. They literally just use a special preventive injection to stop the mother's body from ever producing those harmful antibodies in the first place. It ensures a perfectly healthy delivery. Really, it's a massive triumph of prenatal care.
All right, Section 3, the womb environment.
For 9 whole months, the womb is the baby's entire universe, which means maternal conditions, things like rubella, untreated STDs, severe or prolonged fevers, or pregnancy-induced hypertension can severely restrict nutrients and oxygen. They can even directly alter fetal brain development and hearing. But listen, there is massive hope here. Just look at Temple Grandin. She navigated autism to become an absolutely brilliant scientist. Her story proves that even if a child faces profound early hurdles in the womb, having dedicated early medical and educational support helps them not just overcome those hurdles, but truly thrive. Section 4, the impact of birth. This is that intense, critical transition from the womb out into the world. And this timeline shows exactly where rapid medical intervention is absolutely key. Hours of prolonged labor, that can seriously stress the baby. Minutes of umbilical cord compression, that can cut off vital oxygen to the brain. And in those crucial first few days, severe untreated neonatal jaundice can lead to cognitive issues. But safe delivery practices mitigate these risks entirely. Actually, it kind of reminds me of the acclaimed writer and artist Christy Brown. He developed cerebral palsy, likely from birth complications, and doctors told his mother he wouldn't learn like other kids. Yet, with her relentless support, he grew up to write his famous autobiography, My Left Foot, typing with the only limb he could control. Talk about the power of intervention and belief, right?
Section 5, Nutrition and Brain Development. So once the baby is born safely, the focus immediately shifts to the biochemistry of early infancy. Because you guys, nutrition isn't just about packing on baby weight. It's literally the raw material for building the human brain. It is fascinating how directly a missing nutrient translates to a severe developmental roadblock. Take PKU, for example. It's a condition where the body can't process a specific protein, which leads to severe learning and behavioral challenges if it isn't managed. Or look at iodine deficiency, which directly causes cognitive and hearing delays. A severe lack of protein leads to serious growth conditions like kwashiorkor and marasmus. So the takeaway, targeted dietary intervention literally builds a child's brain and physical capacity from the ground up.
Finally, Section 6, Preparing for Motherhood.
So how do we take all this heavy science, the genetics, the immunology, the biochemistry, and actually turn it into actionable preparation? Well, our source material has this beautiful metaphor. Just like a farmer clearing land and enriching the soil before planting seeds, a woman must prepare her body before carrying a child. It makes perfect sense, doesn't it? You can't grow a healthy crop in nutrient-depleted soil, and the exact same principle applies to nurturing human life. And that brings us to this mother's readiness checklist. This is your ultimate tool. Know your blood group and Rh factor. Map out your family's medical history. Get those recommended vaccinations up to date to prevent things like rubella. Eat a balanced, nutrient-rich diet to avoid any of those deficiencies we just talked about. And go to those early medical checkups. By controlling these specific factors, you are actively preventing early health issues. And hey, even if early illnesses do strike, like they did for Helen Keller, who became deaf and blind from a childhood illness, we know that dedicated patient support ensures that child can still go out and change the world. Which leaves us with one final, really profound question. When does motherhood actually begin? Because looking at all of this science, it's overwhelmingly clear that it doesn't start at conception, and it definitely doesn't start in the delivery room. So if preparation is the ultimate biological advantage, what choices will shape the next generation before they even exist? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer today. Keep questioning and keep learning.